Okay, here's our canteen report and spreadsheet that we've been working on, and I've made some new additions to it. As you can see, all of the items here that have $0 and cents are populated automatically from the input of other sheets. So most of it will be filled out for us. There'll be a few other things that such as cash payouts and so forth, that we will enter manually, but a great deal of it will be automatically on there at the end of the month, and so there'll be less to do to get the canteen report ready at the end of the month. So as you can see, we've got total income here. We've got itemized list of liquor, beer, wine, and so forth incomes, and then expenses over here for liquor, beer, wine expenses, and then we have a payroll that's compiled for the whole month. Those totals are brought over automatically, as well as the beginning balance, the total deposits, the expenses, the ending balance over in short, and stuff like that. We have the comp drinks. Those numbers will be populated from a total at the end of the month. Of course, it'll be compiled daily as more entries are made. So whatever's there will be automatically multiplied. We have, as you see, it's multiplied by 5, so it'll be $5 each for the number of comp liquor drinks, and $2 each, as you see the formula here, times 2. Now that can be changed. That can be 4.5 for $4.50, or whatever you want to change that to. And again, all of these items are over here are negotiable. You change them as you see fit, or add a few other items. There's a couple other lines that are free to add other things to it, and so you can put the expenses in this column, and it'll total up cash paid outs over here. And these, of course, are automatic deductions from the bank account. Those will be automatically populated. They're already subtracted from the ending balance, so those are just for information purposes only, but it's good to have on the monthly canteen spreadsheet. And so some of this is brought over from the monthly sheet. As you can see, this is all zeros right now, but we only have to edit the daily sheet. So when we start, we put in a begin balance. Now this will probably already be typed in. I just neglected to type it in there. But if we put, say, like, all right, we're just going to say we have 25,000, okay, or 20,500. So that's going to automatically be transferred over to the months page for a beginning balance. And now we have numbers here instead of zeros, and then an end balance, of course, is not going to be the same. Those are going to change each day as entries are made, and then of course it's going to be on the canteen report at the end of the month as well. So we have I'll make this a little bit bigger for us here. We have a number of different things that are automatically done for us. So on this page, we put in day shift, night shift, and these will automatically be recorded as deposits. Now if this needs to change, we can. We've got day, night deposit, extra deposit. Those are going to be automatically brought down from up here. And the credit cards, of course, they're automatically entered in, compiled and entered into the daily balances. So a lot of this stuff is done automatically for us. We can put in the daily liquor sales, beer, wine, so forth. Any of this that applies, we can enter it. And if there's overages or shortages, hopefully there's not, but there's room to put those into. These are expenses that may be paid out by a check, or they may be paid out by bank draft, automatic bill pay, whatever applies. But still, you can enter those as they come in the appropriate days. And of course, these two rows here. Oops, let me remove that. These two lines here are going to be for Andrews and Benny Keith. They'll come up as our beer expenses, as you see over here. So that we'll have a total each day of what we may have paid out for that particular day for beer. Now the liquor expense will also go in this check column. Whether they're actual check written for them or a bank draft, whatever, it doesn't matter. So any of these expenses that are paid by check or cash, they'll be entered appropriately in these cash or check columns. And then as we see further down, we have others in these paid out. We can have payouts for various things that the whoever's tending the canteen can pay out to, say, karaoke or incidental supplies, coffee, cleaning supplies, stuff like that. So you can have several payouts here, but I just put one as an example. And then other incidental expenses as they occur each day. There's plenty of room here to write an explanation for them. If it doesn't fit, you can size down the fonts so that it does fit. And that's pretty easy to do. You just click on the font size and make it smaller if you're running out of room. But there should be ample room here to put in a good description. Now down here at payroll, from here down we have 9 more lines that we can enter payroll, which obviously is enough. So you're probably only going to use 3 or 4 of those. So all of these lines will be have totals in the check column on this side, on the right side, and the total will be over here for those checks. Even though this is a grand total of all of the expenditures for that day, this total over here will be for payroll for these cells over here. Will be added into this daily, and then at the end of the month they'll be compiled into this net payroll over here. So now these over here are incidental bank drafts and payments that will automatically be taken out that you put in these cells. If there are others that don't apply to these names, you put them here. And so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so cells that you can populate for that, for anything that may go out as an automatic payment. As you see them on the bank statement, you can enter them there, and they'll be entered into the whole scheme of things, and you have an accounting for it. Now, the one complaint I had already is that we'd like to see that this is sheet 1 or day 1 or day. At the bottom you can see that it's day 1 here. Now if it were to be printed, we'll also see it on the printout. So as you see at the top, it says day 1. So that's going to be on each sheet. So if you do print these, you will know what sheet you're looking at. It'll say day 1 if it's the first day of the month, or day 2, so forth and so on. So even though it has the bank balance in this one and those are empty on the others, that we can use balance for those too, or we can use those for something else on the other sheets. But for now I wanted everything to be the same so that I could copy from one sheet to another. So all of the stuff on each sheet is the same except for maybe the begin balance. In that way, that is the way we can edit only the daily sheets and have everything else done automatically for us until the end of the month when we work on the actual canteen report. So each one of those days is going to have a day number on it when it's printed so that we can tell let's say we've printed the whole pile of them. If we have 31 sheets excuse me, we can see which each one is, because it's clearly going to say in the upper left corner day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, so forth and so on. So I've taken care of that for you. This is the way it's going to print out if it needs to be printed. The most all the sheets, or all of the sheets rather, except for the monthly spreadsheet, is going to be on letter size paper, and it will print in landscape on all the daily sheets, and well, let's see, I think you call that portrait on all the daily sheets, and no, that's right, landscape on all the daily sheets, and portrait on the Canteen report. So they will all fit on a page, one page of paper, except for the only exception being the month. It won't fit on letter size. It'll have to be on legal size, but it will print on a legal size piece of paper, and it all fits, as you can see. So most printers are going to accept this information as it's formatted here just fine, I would expect, and they'll all print landscape except for, as I say, the Canteen report, which will be portrait. And as you see, I've got everything sized to where it does fit on a single page, where if we do want to print these, anytime we print them, they'll print properly. Okay, I've done a lot of work on this thing. Obviously, there are probably things that I've overlooked. I've checked pretty closely for mistakes, but watch for any if you see any. If you see something that shouldn't be added to this or that category, or obvious changes that need to be made, please email me, let me know, and we'll work on this further. For now, just use it and see how it works, and again, give me some input on how to better improve it and make additions as needed. Okay, hope this helps, and thank you for watching.